Van Harris Show. Welcome back, man. Welcome back. We are back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. We are back. Welcome back, guys. They end up getting a finder's fee. Welcome back to the Rob Van Harris podcast, guys. Those things where I guess it came with that. I know who I am. Nobody can come along and tell me who I am not. I love it. Oh, man, I love it. That's the new intro, guys, done by yours truly, Rob Harris Jr. Get him, son. Get him, son. I love it. That's what I'm talking about. Well, y'all know how I start this thing. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back, guys. If this is your first time here to the Rob Van Harris Show, guys, would like to first introduce myself, guys. I go by the name of Rob Van Harris, guys. I'm a real estate investor, guys, and been in the business now for a little over 20 years. I mainly specialize in fixing and flipping, creative financing deals. And I do all of this stuff with me, my sons, my family, man. It's a family-owned business, guys. And yeah, man, we do it all. We do it all, man. We fix and flip. We have rental properties, co-living properties, long-term rental properties, short-term rental properties. And I'm just a guy, guys, who people know me for just giving them the game. And I give it for free right here, live on the podcast, guys. So yeah, man, today, guys, what I focus on, if you don't know, again, you're a returning member or a returning guest, or this is your first time, what we do here, guys, is we bring on people, right, that's really out here doing the business, right? Real people out here really doing the business with real stories that's yielding amazing returns on their investments, man. They're out here doing big things in the industry, guys. So they come on, man, and we interview these people and they give us all the gems. They give us all the gems, guys. So if you someone, man, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to give you a sneak peek of what you're in for. If you someone that's been looking to build a rental portfolio, this podcast is for you. If you someone that's looking to get into co-living, this podcast is for you. If you someone that's looking to buy and build a business, oh, this podcast is for you, guys. If you someone that's just looking to thrive, man, in the industry of real estate, I promise you, this podcast is for you, guys. So without further ado, I would like to get ready to introduce, guys, my guest for the day. I'm excited. I'm so excited because this is a part of the industry that I'm currently myself, me personally, trying to break into. Now, I have a nice size portfolio. People know this about us, right? We've done Airbnbs and short-term rentals and things like that for years, long-term rentals for years, right? I kind of eased back off of the long-term rental portion of the business because it just came with a lot of headaches and things like that. You know what I mean? People, management, things like that, man, we decided to go in our separate ways. So we turned a lot of those properties or converted a lot of those properties into short-term living homes. So what's happening now, we decided to take a lot of those properties and start converting them over to co-living. And my guest today, man, he's actually, guys, he's a real estate investor. He's an operator who's mastered the art of turning single family homes into high yielding co-living rental properties. And he's done this all by utilizing creative financing strategies. My guest and his wife, Heather, have managed over 20 short-term rental properties. They've raised over millions of dollars of capital, and they've built a $4 million portfolio. Let me repeat that, guys. They've built over a $4 million portfolio. That's in the tuck. That's what's bringing return on their investment every month annually. Okay, all while balancing their leadership, their role in finance, and transforming his life physically and mentally, guys. Okay, without further ado, man, I'm excited. I would like to introduce to you my friend, my guy, Jfptrsn, guys. Hey, welcome my man on, guys. Bring him to the stage, Jeff. What's going on, Jeff?
Good to be here. Thanks for having me.
Man, thank you for joining us, man. Thank you for joining us, dude. It's about to be one to remember, man. It's about to be epic. because you're not only a friend of mine, but you're a very intelligent, wise individual, man, a man of wisdom.
I don't know. You're hyping me up pretty well here.
No, man. And I can say this because I've actually sat down with you a lot of times. You know what I mean? And we talked about a lot, man. And every time I sit with you, you one of those people, Jeff, that I leave with one of those aha moments. You know what I mean? You one of those people, man. So you're not only just someone that's out here killing it in the industry, man, but you're someone that I consider a friend, man. So thank you. Thank you for joining us on a day, man, and giving blessing my audience with your presence, man.
Thanks for the great intro, and feel the same way about you. I think all the times that we've hung out and in Boston and some of those events that we've been to,
Yeah.
Just come away very impressed with what you got going on, and very impressed with your business as well. So
appreciate it, man. Appreciate it, man. Come on, guys, let's go ahead and hey, man, listen, guys, y'all already know how this go. I need y'all to comment. I need y'all to like. I need y'all to share. I need y'all go to the YouTube page, guys, and subscribe, guys. Because here's the thing, man. If you're on the other platforms like Facebook and Instagram and things like that, here's the thing, guys. Like, one, when you're leaving comments, I can't see the name a lot of the times. That's number one. And two, I don't do nothing but drop intentional and great information, education on my YouTube and not just my YouTube, my Facebook and IG, but this is where you get the long form content on YouTube, guys. So make sure y'all go there to subscribe. But whatever channel you're looking at this or you're airing this, you're getting this thing from, guys, rather it's YouTube, rather it's IG, but go to the YouTube, rather it's Facebook, because we're airing from all platforms right now. Be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe, guys, because somebody going to need what's about to be given out on today, man. So let's get rocking and rolling, man. So Jeff, man, I hear you lost 120 pounds, brother. And not only that, man, every time I turn around, you building a new business, dude. What sparked? I guess my question is, what sparked the transformation, one, to get into the fitness thing and lose 120 pounds, Jeff?
yeah, and it was it wasn't a medical emergency. It wasn't any of that kind of stuff. It was just I was done. I just turned 54. I started this before I turned 54, but just last week I turned 54. So it's
Happy
coming
birthday,
up
Jeff.
on, coming up in my mid 50s going, man, being 344 pounds is just not working, dude. It is not working at all. And actually it was at Scottsdale, the very first time we were in Scottsdale for Owners Club.
I remember that. Yeah.
And Jamil was up on stage and Jamil was talking about his weight loss journey.
Mm-hmm.
And just everything started to click that weekend, and just said, you are what you decide to be, and I'm not going to be a fat person anymore. I'm going to figure this out. I'm going to take charge of it. And that day I started walking, and I started walking almost every single day starting that day. So I lost about 40 pounds on my own, just doing kind of like, low carb, carnivore, whatever, lost 40 pounds on my own. And then I thought, I was kind of stabilizing, kind of hit a plateau. And I decided to hire a coach. And,
Wow.
that's the whole thing, right? In our
Mm-hmm.
lives, if you want to do something, you can find all kinds of information out on the internet, right? I mean,
Yeah.
you can watch all kinds of YouTube videos and try things out, but until you actually hire a coach and get somebody that's done it before and knows exactly what you're going through, you're kind of just spinning your wheels a little bit, right? And
Mm-hmm.
you might have some success, but
Yeah.
once you hire somebody and you start paying them money and you know that they're there to get results, there's a lot to be said for that. So I've done that in real estate. I signed up for Sub 2. I signed up for, Owners Club. I did that, for my weight loss. I signed up with a coach. My coach gives me, workouts and nutrition and, all the things, right? So
Mm-hmm.
if you want to accelerate things, you want to talk to somebody that knows what they're doing, that's already done it,
Yes.
and you want to sign up and pay them what they're worth, right? I mean, that's the thing.
I totally agree with you 110%. Like, in every area of my life, man, that I can say, that I've had success in. and been prosperous in. I've had a coach, man. So when
Yep.
people ask me, Rob, what you think about, a coach or man, listen, if you want to basically skip the stairs and skip all the blood, sweat, and tears, man, hire a coach, someone
That's right.
who's done. See, it's this. It's like it's a difference, right, between mentor and coach, right?
For sure.
It's a
Yep.
difference. So the mentor part is someone who's gone before you. They're the ones who've done the thing that you're looking to do. They've already accomplished things in the area where you're looking to go out and be successful in. A coach is the one who's going to basically give you the instructional piece of it. The
That's
one
right.
that's going to cheer you on and make you do the things that you don't want to do. You
Accountability,
know,
right? A little bit of
accountability.
accountability, all that.
That part. That part. Hold you accountable. There
And
it
he's
is,
helped
Jeff.
other people do the same thing, right? I mean, that's the idea of hiring a coach is they've helped other people accomplish what you're trying to accomplish.
That
So
part right there, brother. That part right there, man. And man, I want to salute you because I noticed when I seen you out in Dallas. I'm gonna be honest with you. I seen the transformation already take. I seen you. I was like, dang, look
yep.
at Jeff, man. And I think I even touched on it. I was like, look at you looking good, Jeff. You was with your son.
Yep.
Son, man, you guys are tall, dude. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's 6'5" for sure. So
These dudes are giants, man. I'm not the smallest guy in the world, man, but these dudes be having you, they be hovering over you, man. Hey Jeff, man, but no, man, that's amazing because when you look good, you feel good, man. It's a
oh,
true
for sure.
statement. And I think
Yep.
that it basically trickles down into the business world, your business portion of how you maneuver throughout life. You know what I mean? Because
That's
you're
right.
out here building businesses, man. You're out here running all these multi-million dollar portfolio. You're out here raising capital and things like that. Like, and a lot of people, when they embark on these journeys, they gain the very thing that they're looking to gain in as far as money and what may seem like success at the time, but a lot of them lose their health in the process.
Oh,
Talk
for
to that a
sure.
little bit, Jeff. Talk to that a
Yeah,
little
I
bit. 'Cause
think if you're not focused on taking care of your entire self and then you let the health go, you're not going to be around to spend that money, right? I mean, that's part
mm,
of it. You want to be around to, be with your kids and enjoy the prosperous, enjoy the fruits of your labor.
that's right.
If you're not taking care of your body, you're not going to be around to enjoy any of that.
That's
So,
the part.
what's the use?
What's the use, man? Also, the people you was basically building it for, they just going to spend all the money and enjoy all the
That's right.
benefits.
That's right.
And that's what this podcast is built on, Jeff. Wholeness. You know what I mean? Having the
Love
whole
it.
pie, right?
Love it.
Wholeness in your relationships with your friends and family. Wholeness in your mind, right? Wholeness in your finances. Wholeness when you have joy in your life. You have peace. You know what I mean? That's true prosperity to me. You know what I mean?
For
It's
sure.
not just
Yeah.
if you take out any of those slices from the pie, if you remove, let's say you have all the money in the world, but if you don't have no peace,
That's right.
man, I say that all the time. Like, man, it don't matter how much money, how much you could cut the check for. If it's gonna cost me my peace, it's too expensive. I'm gonna let it go.
That's
I'm
right.
letting it go, man. So
Good
that's what
advice
this
right
whole
there.
no, that but man, I live by that, Jeff. I live by that. You know what I mean? Because here is the thing, man. I realized that when you change your thinking, you could change your life. And I'm heavy
Mm,
into fitness too, like that's one of the things I love just as much as it real estate and hang like I love fitness. I've been into it for years. You know what I
awesome.
mean? So it's one of those things to where when I seen that, man, I salute you because it takes discipline. That's the
Yeah, for
part.
sure.
You know what I mean?
It,
That's the part people don't
it's
understand. It took a
crazy.
lot of discipline, Jeff, for you to lose 120.
It's crazy. I didn't read this book before I started the journey, but I just started reading it within the last month or so here. But the book Atomic Habits by James Clear,
Mm,
and it talks about each action you take on a daily basis is a
mhm,
vote for the person that you want to become, right?
mhm.
So the idea is every time you decide to go out and walk, every time you decide to go lift, every time you decide to, eat within your calorie range, those are all votes for the person that you want to become. And so it becomes less about the goal right? Goals are great. Goals will give you a direction. Goals will point you, I'm going that way, right?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
the actions that you take on a daily basis are what actually is the accomplishment. The
Mm.
discipline, the showing up every single day. That's the actual accomplishment.
I totally agree, bud. I totally agree. Let's tap it too, man, because I know like you mastered, man. I mean, like I touched on it earlier, man. I mean, $4 million in your portfolio right now, all while, balancing life, leadership, role, and financing and transformation, man. You know what I mean? Physically, mentally, all of that stuff, man. It takes discipline. Let's talk about that a little bit, man, because you have a nice size portfolio and you've done this utilizing creative strategies.
Yep.
Co-living. Let's start with that. People who never
Okay.
heard of the terminology co-living. What is it and how would you explain it?
Yeah. So being from the Airbnb world, I kind of relate everything back to Airbnb.
Mm-hmm.
And so Airbnb is a platform that they allow people to list their properties, right? So when you're listing your property on Airbnb, you have they have a platform where they bring all the advertising, they bring all the marketing, they're bringing the audience to you. And so in that same respect, there's a name brand for co-living, and that
Mm-hmm.
name brand is Pad Split. And so Pad Split is kind of the leader right now in the space. There are some others that are coming on, but so Pad Split, you list your property, you let people know that it's out there, and then they can bring those members. And you guys are in the hotbed of Pad Split, so you guys are in the
Yeah.
Atlanta area. So
Atlanta. Yeah. That's where it all started.
Atlanta's kind of the birthplace of Pad Split. So
Wow. Wow.
I think that's why when you list a property in Atlanta, you get a little bit better. You get a little bit better response. You get more people involved because they're just build out that market big time
You ain't
in,
lying.
in
You ain't lying.
Atlanta.
What made you, I guess, what made you focus on co-living versus traditional rentals or flips?
Yeah, so we had owned long-term rentals for a long time. So my oldest long-term rental is about 12 years old,
Mm-hmm.
and we did that for quite some time, and just thought, man, there's got to be something better out there, right? Because
Yeah.
you're renting out these properties, you lock people up for 12 months, 24 months. They've been in there 3 years, maybe sometimes. You go in there after they leave, you're like, what happened? What did you do to this house? Right?
Yes. Yes.
And so we knew there had to be something. And what do you make? Like $300 a month, $400 a month on a good one.
Mm-hmm.
And that barely covers the repairs that you had to make over the 3 years that they were in there tearing the
You
place
ain't
up.
lying. You ain't lying. Oh my
And
God.
so we switched over to Airbnbs for that very reason. We thought there's more cash flow, and it was right during COVID. So we started converting our long-term rentals over to Airbnbs. And it was good. Life was
Mm-hmm.
good, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you got much more cash flow. You got a cleaner in there 2-3 times a week.
Yep.
The properties are much better taken care of. If there are problems, get them taken care of right away. You guys do
Less wear and
Airbnbs.
tear. Less wear and tear. The whole nine.
That's right.
That's the
And
beauty of it.
that's great. But then governments start making rules,
Mm-hmm.
and neighbors start complaining, and HOAs don't like them, and whatever it is, right? There's always some kind of problem with Airbnb. It's just the negative sentiment these days is just building, right?
Mm-hmm.
We lost 7 Airbnbs because Kansas City. We had a bunch in Kansas City, and they changed their regulations, right?
Mm-hmm.
So as soon as they changed their regulations, we had an owner there that had 7 properties. He had to convert them all to long-term rentals, and we weren't doing the Airbnbs for him anymore. So I mean,
Mm-hmm.
that's the reason we were kind of leaning away from the Airbnbs. And so it's like, what's next, right? What are we going to do now? And so we're looking at co-living as that replacement. And the idea is you take a single family house, maybe has 3 or 4 bedrooms, and you can add 3 or 4 more usually.
Mm-hmm.
And so then you have a 7 or 8 bedroom house, and you can rent out each bedroom for anywhere from, what is it, 150 to 200 a week.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And so when you take that weekly, you end up, 600, $800 a month for one room, and multiply that by 7 or 8. You're right in there where you need to be to even match the Airbnb income. So
Yeah, somebody said, yeah, I heard the Airbnb side of things shot down. Yeah, that's true. That's true, Jared. And Me and this man are a witness to that. We
Yeah,
both,
daily rates are coming down.
everything came down.
Occupancy's coming down a little bit. It's
My God.
no longer the cash cow that used to be, for sure.
And if y'all been following my journey for some years now, if y'all look back 2 years or remember 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago, oh man, I was praising Airbnb. No, wait, longer than that. Because we started switching over after the pandemic when they shut everything down and we could only allow people here to book.
Right.
We didn't even take anybody international or anything. So you figure COVID kicked off in 2021, 2020, it haven't been right since. Then the mandates and the regulations started going in place. And that's when we really started to feel it. So
Yep.
let's say 5 years ago, then at this point, I was praising Airbnb. I was the guy like talking about the, arbitrage and all of that stuff. You know what I mean? How
Yeah,
you can
right.
rent a property, convert it to, your own, you rent a property for, let's say, $1,200, Jared. And then you go ahead, you can rent it out Airbnb and make $3,000, $3,500. And then you just let the landlord know, hey, look, you mind if I go ahead and basically sublease this thing? And most of them, as long as you give them a little extra, let's just say they was looking to get 1,200, you give them 15, 16 and let them know, look, all the repairs is on me. They were cool with it. So arbitrage was huge, man. Was you doing any arbitrage? I heard you say you was managing.
We were managing for other people. So we did a partnership model. And the difference in the partnership model is that the owners would pay for all the furniture. And then we'd split the net income on the property 70-30. So the owner would get 70%, we'd keep 30%. So that was the way we were doing it. And we had about 15 or 20 that we were managing for different people, and 5 different states. So we were in Arizona, we were in Texas, we were in Missouri, we were in Alabama, and then we were in Colorado. So we had 5 different states that we were running those in.
So in summary, guys, remember, guys, comment, ask your questions, guys. We're here to help us to help you guys. Comment, like, subscribe, share. So Jeff, you're not only doing Airbnb, because you also buy businesses and things like that. But before I switch gears into the business buying and raising capital and things like that, like, what would you recommend somebody who's looking to break into the co-living space? What would you recommend they do to get started?
So the best way to do it is to participate with somebody else, right? So you can earn while you learn.
Come on.
So there's so many deals out there that you can either go on fractional. So we did a fractional offering, and basically what you can do is you can put in $5, you can put in $10,000, something along those lines. And basically what we're doing is we're opening up what we're doing to convert these properties, right? So we raised $440,000 once for a fractional. We have 2 sub-2s that we're doing co-living on, and then we're taking 2 of our Airbnbs and we're going to convert those over to co-living with that capital. But we're opening that up to everybody. We're showing them the process. We're giving them all the lists. We're gonna show them everything that we're doing on them, and then just take our lumps and share.
Hey guys, he kind of just skipped over that though, Jeff. You dropped the gym right now, and it was just one of those things to where, because you do it, you ain't giving no emphasis on it. You know what I mean? There was no oomph to it. You were just like, yeah, we raised $440,000 real quick. What up, Jeff? Wait a minute, Jeff. Back up, man.
Doesn't everybody do that, Rob?
Huh?
Doesn't everybody do that?
No, man. Everybody just not out here raising $440,000 and then bringing people onto the platform. He said, Walt, so how many rooms do you usually put in them? And that's a good question. That's a great question. Great question. How many rooms are usually in these co-living properties? Like, what's your minimum to your max? Because I want to know that personally myself.
We like to maximize the number of rooms, so we'll usually convert the garage, put 2 bedrooms in the garage, and put mini splits in there, because usually your garage doesn't have air conditioning or heating or any of that kind of stuff. So we use those mini split air conditioners and put 1 in each room in those. So we'll convert the garage to 2 bedrooms, sometimes have a laundry room in the garage. And then we'll also maybe convert a living space to a bedroom as well. So the first one we did was it started out as a 4-bedroom property. We converted the garage to 2 more, so we had 6, and then we converted the living room to another one, so we have 7 bedrooms. And in that case, we just left there were 2 bedrooms. One of them was a master primary suite, And so we ended up flipping the hallway around to make it a shared bath. So it's no longer just a private bath for the primary suite. So 2 shared bathrooms against 7 rooms. But I think if you go any more than that, any more than 7 rooms, you have to have 3 bathrooms. So it's usually like a 3-to-1 max or a 4-to-1 max,
Yeah, I was
bedrooms to
going to say that.
bathrooms.
I was going to say that. Yeah. And location is the key too, guys, because me personally, and me and Jeff was talking behind stage about this. I just recently finished up on a co-living property. And it was originally supposed to be an 8-bedroom, 3-bath. Long story short, the contractor who was working on the job had got locked up. So I had just went ahead, refinanced the property, and closed out the project with just a 5-bedroom. So the living space was supposed to be a bedroom, which is the living room now. And then the garage was going to be the other 2 bedrooms and get me a total of 8. I kept it 5 for right now. But here is the thing. It's not in the best location. I mean, and I'm getting a lot of requests, but the requests they're coming from the pad split site that Jeff made mention of earlier, but they don't have no history. There's no history. Like, they just joined yesterday. You know what I mean? And I'm like, look, I'm not about to drop nobody who just joined the platform yesterday. Me personally, something I just now dropped maybe 70, 80K into rental, on the renovation, man. And I don't know nothing about these people. So it's still sitting. It's still sitting. Fully renovated, beautiful property that's still sitting. And I was just talking to Jeff about this. I'm like, Jeff, what I do, man, what do I need to do in order to basically get this thing cash flowing, man? So I need Jeff not to only help me, but help y'all, because this is a new space that I'm, just now getting into, and a journey that I'm embarking on. So I'm looking here to learn just as much as y'all looking on, because this is not my lane. This is just something I just started. So Jeff, let's talk about that a little bit, man. One of the things, you're utilizing pad split too, right?
We are for that first one, but I think we're changing over our model now. And this is something I'd probably have you look into as well.
Okay.
But you can kind of think about who you want to help with this housing, right? So you
Mm-hmm.
can kind of come up with a better purpose for what you're trying to do with the housing.
Mm-hmm.
And so a lot of people are doing like, maybe kids that have aged out of the foster system, right? So they're no longer able to stay. They're over 18, so they're not in foster anymore, but they need a place to stay, need some transitional housing. There are organizations that actually place these kids into housing. And so you can make agreements with these nonprofit organizations,
Mm-hmm.
and sometimes they'll take the entire house from you and they'll fill it up. So they'll sign a lease with you, and then they'll fill it up. And so that's one way that we're looking to do this right now. Other things like you might be able to help out veterans. If there's veterans that are going through these organizations, and they're helping vets find, maybe it's disabled vets, maybe it's PTSD, they're having some mental stuff or whatever. There's organizations that are helping all these kinds of these people out as well. So you just kind of need to figure out, you know, what kind of people do we want to help with our houses, and add that purpose in, and it might give you a little bit of idea on, the organizations that you need to talk to in your area.
Love that. I love that. That's actually, Jeff, that's my Mount Everest. You know what I mean? That very thing. That's my mission. I help the youth. Basically, me and Catherine is still currently working on something called Hope Houses,
Okay.
to
Yep.
where we want to basically help young adults and women that's basically coming from abusive situations transition. You know what I mean? And
That's
basically
a
get
great that's a great type of organization to help for
Yep,
sure.
put them in homes to where you put like a mother and father figure into those homes, and these young guys, you know what I mean, is basically able to be supervised, you know what I mean, and then they able to learn why they're there. You know what I
Yep.
mean? Look, they looking to break into real estate. The mom and dad that we actually put on that site, or the big brother or sister that we actually put on that site, is like a duel, to where they are, and that is going to be part of the regimen. Like, you need to go to these classes and learn how to pick up a trade.
Love
You know
it,
what I
man.
mean? You need to know
Love
how
it.
to pick up a trade. And that's going to be that. I've already did one. We've done one over in Philadelphia. And I basically have one here that we did, but it was more so for a family that we helped cross that
Nice.
bridge. So that's actually my Mount Everest. So it's funny that you touch on that. How do I go about locating these nonprofits, Jeff?
So again, AI, the answer for everything these days. You can go into Jfpts, you can go into Manus, and you can just turn on the microphone and say, "Hey, I'm trying to find this type of organization that does this type of thing in
Cool.
my area because
Yeah.
I have housing," and it'll give you a list, and you can just start calling down the list.
Yo, GPT, and all that stuff, dude. It never seems to amaze me. Like it's crazy what it's capable of, man.
For sure.
It's
Yeah, it can do it for you.
It's crazy. So you raising capital utilizing the platform you made mention of, Fractional, where you raised
Fractional. That's right.
$440,000. What is Fractional and how do you go in there? Because you mentioned also the people who was investing with you, they're learning while they're earning. Talk to me a
That's
little bit
right.
about that.
Yep. So we opened it up, and we decided that we were going to do these 4 properties, and opened it up. And basically, the first night we had it on one of these Zooms, just kind of like this. We were talking about it. But Fractional is a platform that allows any investor to invest with somebody else. And it's so, kind of like buying stock, but it's not, because you're creating like an investment club. And so this investment club is a bunch of people that will all put money into one specific project or club, and then they can take votes on what they're going to do with that money. And so it kind of democratizes raising capital. And so you don't really have to be an SEC attorney. You don't have to have all the registrations and things like that, because the platform kind of takes care of all that for you. And so what we did with this project was we opened it up. We just said, let's just do a $5,000 minimum. So if somebody had $5,000, they could have invested with us. We ended up with 73 people that invested an average of $6,000, and they're all along for the ride now.
So I'm taking all these people are non-accredited investors as well.
That's right. That's right. It didn't have to be accredited or non-accredited. It could be anybody.
Wow. Guys, did y'all just hear that? So people always, and I'm sure you get these same questions, Jeff, where do I get started? How can I break in? How can I, get into co-living, fix and flip, wholesaling, this
That's
and
right.
that? You touched on it just now. Do the deal with someone that's already doing
Earn
it.
while you learn. Let somebody else take the risks. You just hand them your money and say, "Hey, take me along for the ride."
That's it. That right there, and that's a culture. That's a coach. That's a culture program just within itself, because
But
they're going along for the ride, right? Is that
the
a
website
website?
is fractional.app.
Yeah, check.
Fractional.app. Let me see if I can type it in here.
Yeah, Jamil, that's my man right there, man. That's my guy right there. What's up, brother? Thank you for joining, man. Yeah, that's big, dude. That's big. So you go on there. So a quick recap: Fractional is a platform to where Jeff, as the investor, go onto the platform. He either one already is connected to the investment properties that he's looking to buy, or he put out a fill for, like, he already know that he's going to come across certain investments that he's going to be looking to invest in, right? So then he basically say, I have 4 properties that I'm going to be looking to purchase, and I'm going to need to raise 150 for all 4 for each. He go in there and then he put out on the platform to the public, hey, you guys can invest in this building with me, this building, or this building. Choose one. And you can get into that deal with him for $5,000. And then Fractional actually is like, imagine your Facebook page and how on your feed you're able to see everything that's going on your feed. That's how basically Jeff is able to manage to keep all y'all in the loop as to what's going on, all the updates with the renovation and things like that. You able to see everything that's going on with the site. I mean, with the I'm referring to it as site, but the house, right? And ask questions to
Right.
Jeff and everything, and basically, man, learn while you earn. Did I pretty much break it down in the correct way,
That's
Jeff?
right. Yep.
That's amazing, guys. This stuff didn't exist, man. Good evening. Good evening, Shar. Good evening. Yeah, this stuff didn't exist. That's a new Fractional is probably, and I know Fractional. I know the owner of Fractional. Of course, we're all within the same mastermind.
Stella.
Same. You know what I mean? So I know a little bit about it. They've been trying to get me on that thing for a minute, man. It's just me. I'm just And I called you. I called you when I had the conversation with him about it because I know you guys were over there killing it. So, so Jeff, let's because so you're buying businesses as well, and I know that you just now touched on you're buying a franchise. Man, I guess my next question to you is: you just recently bought a servicing franchise. What
Yep.
made you want to embark on that journey?
It's the threat of AI, right? So the job that I used to work at, I used to implement accounting software at an accounting firm, and you can see where consultants are going to be kind of phased out eventually, right? I mean, either the software is going to be fully automated, or the implementation is going to be fully automated, or there's going to be these types of jobs are going to be going away, and so I'm looking for something that's not going to be replaced by AI. So it's going to be the franchise that we purchased is a B2B service industry. So they replace hydraulic hoses. And so basically, hydraulic hoses, anything that lifts, twists, or turns, like a scissor lift or a forklift or anything like that, they all have hydraulics in them. And these hydraulic hoses are made of rubber and just like your tires, right? So you use your tires a lot and eventually they wear out, they burst. And the same thing with the hydraulic hose, it bursts over time. It just gets worn out, it gets weak, the rubber gets old and gets brittle and it just breaks. So what happens is they need emergency service, they need a hose replaced, and that's the franchise that we bought is a hydraulic hose replacement service. So it's two vans to start out with. They're loaded up with a crimper in the back and a hose cutter, and we'll just make a custom hose. Take the old one off, put the new one on, put the new one on, and they're off and running again.
I told you. See, he just touched on something, guys, and I don't know if you caught it right. He said that a lot of current operations are about to be a thing in the past, and he's not looking to be replaced by AI. And we
For
all
sure.
know this AI thing is huge right now, guys. It's huge. And a lot of jobs that we as millennials and especially what they call the what's your generation? Gen Z. That stuff that we're accustomed to is not even going to be around, guys, in the next 7 to 10 years. It's going to be a thing in the past. They're going to try to replace everything that they possibly can, remove humans from the seat and replace it with AI. So you got to understand what I told you he's a wise man. What people like Jeff and I do is try to catch the wave. You know what I mean? We try to catch the wave. It's like figure out what direction the world is currently going in. And if you can basically start molding and shaping yourself to prepare yourself to solve problems, you make money in any economy, guys.
That's right.
Any economy.
And on top of that, what we really like about the franchise that we're buying into is it's kind of recession proof as well. And so if you think about what happens when the economy goes south and people don't have money to spend, they try to make that equipment last longer, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what happens when you make equipment last longer? What happens when you drive your car a lot more than you should? It starts breaking down, right?
So break it down. That's
So
right.
as it starts breaking down, who do you call?
You call it a servicing company that's going to come and fix it.
You call the mechanic that's going to
That's
come
right.
fix it for you,
That's
whatever,
right.
or you take it to the mechanic. So the idea is in a recession, our business is going to go up because they're going to try and make that equipment last longer. They're not going to have brand new equipment every single time, and more hoses are going to break, more problems are going to happen, and they're going to be calling us. So uh, you got
Dang.
to find things like that where in a recession your business goes up. Can't ask for a better problem.
So, guys, no matter if a pandemic hit, the government shut down. See, here is the thing, guys. And I'm not the one to be placing scare tactics and things like that. But Jack just asked the business, and he just asked the question: do you even think real estate is going to be around in a couple of years to come? What's happening is this. I remember years ago, sites like Zillow you would pay them for a certain zip code, right? And you would be able to pop up when somebody looked to go to buy or sell a house in that zip code. They now did away with that. Then they basically say, look, you had to come and be one of our agents now to even be placed in this zip code. So now, as they continue, these platforms continue to get bigger and bigger. Don't you? I mean, look at we walk into the gas station now. There's nobody checking you out. There's nobody at the counter. Yep. I'm even like, yo, well, I'm trying to pay for my Reese cups and stuff. You know what I mean? They like, you go right over there and pay for that, homie. Like, there ain't nobody here.
Same thing if you want to order fast food, right? I mean, there's nobody taking your order of fast food anymore. You sit in front of the computer.
It's about to be all AI. That's where I'm going with this. It's about to be all AI. So you got to position yourself and think, right? Like, that's why we're talking like this man is not only buying these properties, the properties he's raising capital for, that he's raising $440,000 for, he's getting on some of these deals at low money and no money down. See, here's the thing, Zach. Great question, Zach. Everybody is always going to need a place to live. You always going to need two things for certain, especially here in Atlanta, Georgia. You're going to need a car, you're going to need a vehicle to get around, and you're going to need a house. Everybody going to need somewhere to live, man. So as people like Jeff is getting in low money, no money down, people like myself, y'all see me? I mean, I posted all on my IG. I get in some of these properties with no money down, right? And then I utilize creative strategies. I do lease options to where I give people 4 to 5 years to go get their credit together. Look, you just basically going to lease it, and then you have the option to come buy that property from me at the end of that 4 or 5 year term. Or I become the bank for people. And then I do what's called wraps, to where, let's just say I picked it up on a 3% interest rate, right? And then I have a $1,000 a month mortgage payment. I didn't charge someone who probably couldn't get pre-approved through a Bank of Wells Fargo or a Chase. I charge them 6%. I'm still beating out the banks. Or 5.5%. I'm still beating out the banks. And instead of, I charge them $2,000 a month. So I'm cash flowing $1,000. They're paying $1,000 off in the mortgage, right? And then now, and guess what? I picked it up and I took over the mortgage payment for $150. I sell it to them on another 30-year term for probably $450. Guys, this is why you gotta grasp this, guys. This is why people like Jeff and myself, guys, no flex. We're going to continue to thrive no matter what happens to the market. Government shutdown, pandemic hit tomorrow, any of that stuff, that don't affect us at all. Because you put yourself and you position yourself to where knowledge truly is power. We've been told that since we've been kids, right, Jeff? Knowledge is power. Right. Knowledge is power. No, it really is, guys. The more you learn, the more you will earn. And you can actually get in the presence of somebody like him by investing in something as small as $5,000 and getting in on the project and figuring out how to do it yourself. And you do it a couple times with Jeff, and then you go open up your own fractional account. Oh, I'm just now. This is getting deep. You go open up your own fractional account, and now you raise capital, and then you do the same thing Jeff was doing with you. Come on, man.
That's right. Hey, Rob, I heard a great quote. Actually, put it on my Instagram today. But good players learn the game the way it's supposed to be played. Great players change the game so that it leans to their strengths and to their knowledge.
Wow, I love that. I'm gonna have to take that one, Jeff, from your quote. I'm gonna have to take that quote and had to repost that. That's it right there, dude. That's it. That's summarized everything that we just now talked about, man. I mean, here, see, and here's
you change the game. You change the game and you turn it in your favor. I mean, that's the way to do it.
Dad, you're a smart man too, man. Like, what books, man? What books you reading, dude? I'm always fascinated by, people who's doing, great exploits. What books you read and what podcasts you're listening to, what audios you listening to. Share with me and my audience, man.
The one right now is Atomic Habits, James Clear. And again, it's like daily activity. It's, make a vote for the person you want to become. It's, all of that stuff is just applicable to every single thing in your life, right? So Atomic Habits.
I
Check it out.
literally have that one. I have a app that I use that's called Headway, and they do a summary of all these
Nice.
books, and that is one of the books that I have saved. No exaggeration. I'm dead serious.
That's
Like
right.
when I literally
It's
tap
amazing.
on it's literally in my saves. I'm dead serious. Um, so Jeff, what do you recommend, man? Because people right now, it's a lot going on, and I know we just done kind of, we just done gave them a lot of the answers to a lot of people problems, right? So
Yep.
you're tapping into a lot of things right now. You have businesses, you have you put some purchase a franchise, you have these co-living properties. If you
Still
had
doing
to
Airbnb, still have a long-term rental, all
still
those. Yep.
long-term rentals, you've been in the game for forever. If you had to do it all over again, man, like literally put you somewhere in the middle of nowhere, very low or no money, where would you start?
I think because of the number of deals that are out there, single family houses have got to be the game, right? You can exactly what you're talking about. Pick up a sub two house, figure out whether you're going to long term rent it, whether you're going to wrap it, whether you're going to co living, turn it into co living, whatever. But the number of properties that are out there and the number and the availability, you just can't beat the at bats you can get with single family houses. Now, if that seems too small for you and you want to go bigger, then you can ratchet up into the multifamily, small multifamily, or even bigger multifamily.
Mm-hmm.
But I just haven't gotten there yet. I mean, it's not something that appeals to me. But I mean, truly, the ultimate is if you can figure out how to buy a business, run a business, start a business, it's always going to be I mean, that's going to be the holy grail, right? So
And you could even buy a business at no money or low money down on creative
seller
terms.
financing. So what do they say? The silver tsunami? Isn't that what Cody Sanchez is talking about these days?
Yeah, I heard that. I heard that. I heard about that. That's the thing, though, Jeff.
It's all these people that are like 10, 20 years older than me they're ready to retire, right? I mean, I'm 55, I'm 54 right now, but there's people that are in their 60s, late 60s, 70s, and they're tired of running a business. They just
Mm-hmm.
want out
Mm-hmm.
and they don't need all that cash right up front, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you can do the same thing you're doing with houses and go in and talk to them about, hey, we'll do a seller finance deal. It'll ease your tax burden. It'll, all these things, right? So
Speaking of tax burden, I just met with my accountant last week. So we're going over the books and things like that. And you already know, Jeff, we talking depreciation, brother. You already know. So I'm
recapture,
like, dude,
recapture.
recapture, right? So I'm like, look, if I end up having if this thing don't get rented, so I'm getting rid of this one, this one over here. I got a lot of equity built up in that one. I'm thinking about getting rid of that one. So here's what he tells me. He say, look, man, the recapture is not really the problem because you know how to go out here and find creative financing deals, right? He was like, basically right now, I'm only two deals away from basically not paying $0 in taxes
Nice,
this year
nice.
for
That
this year,
works.
right? And this, you know, we do very well in our business, man. We have multiple, we have, fixed flip business, rental business, all that, right? But I said it to say, I literally, no exaggeration, I meet with my team on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, right? So I meet with my team and I'm telling them like, hey man, look, we need about 500K right now, either on one house or on multiple houses worth of real estate right now that I need to take down. So me and my wife sitting today, and my wife, she's great at just going through our CRM, man, and just finding stuff. So we seen something, and basically one of my team members was like, yeah, this property is way overpriced, blah, 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 blah. This is basically they're exaggerating. You know what I mean? This is basically a dead deal. I'm like, no, this is the deal you want. And I'm like, what do that matter? 101, y'all know in our company, we make the call anyway for the relationship.
That's
Why
right.
are y'all dead in deals or just basically telling people we're not the buy? No, build the relationship. I call this lady up, Jeff. I said, give me the number. I call her up. Exactly what you touched on. She say, yeah, it's so cool, sweet lady. She's like, yeah, I'm a little older than you. You know what I mean? Like me and my husband, we're in retirement stage. You know what I mean? I think she said even late 60s, something like that. She was like, so a lot of these properties, it was her property. It ended up being her property. She's like, truthfully, I'm interested in doing something creative with it.
Yeah.
She said creative. I said, whoa. And Jeff, you heard me talk on the phone before. You know how I do. I said creative. I said, interesting.
Tell me what you're thinking.
Yeah, tell me, elaborate a little bit. Tell me a little bit more about this creative strategy. She said, well, look, I own it, I only owe on one, I owe free and clear. On the other one, I only owe $40,000. I'm cool with doing something creative, like a lease option or something like that. And I said, okay. I said, I probably wouldn't be a lease option buyer. However, if you would be open to something like a sub two, or pay all that for a new, maybe an owner
Seller
finance.
finance. Yep.
You know what I mean? I said, I would be interested in that. And I give you, exactly what you're looking for in regards to the price, because people don't understand with creative finance, the higher the price, that helps me.
Yep,
I pay
sure.
$100,000 over on what the property is currently even worth. And people are like, what? Yes. Sometimes we pay Jeff seen me in action. Sometimes we pay 150, 200. It don't matter the sales price, guys. All that matters to us is cash flow, depreciation, and appreciation, and leverage. Those are the 4 key components. Write that down, guys.
Right.
Cash flow, depreciation. What is depreciation? Because everybody should know what cash flow is. Depreciation meaning that the government, guys,
tax loss,
guys, they give people like me and Jeff tax benefits, large ones, for buying real estate. And guess what? I'm getting depreciation off the sales price on something that I didn't even pay a dime to get into. So meaning, like, let's just say she's asking $300,000 and I give her $500,000, right? But she say, you don't have to give me no money down. My man Bernard said, wow, yes, you don't have to give me no money down if you give me $500,000, but it's only worth $3. Guess what? She giving me a 30-year term, guys. She's willing. She said that. She said, and I'm willing to do something like a 30-year term, giving her $500 all day, guys. I'm paying $200,000 over asking price. Yep. And guess what I get to get? I get to get tax depreciation, something that's called bonus depreciation. Talk to him, Jeff. Come on, Jeff. You drive it home. Bonus depreciation, celebration depreciation. Talk to the people about it, Jeff.
Right now. Yep. And you can offset all your active income because you're a real estate professional. So as soon as you get to that holy grail of real estate professional status, then you offset all your active income with those depreciation numbers, huh?
So people's doing stuff like they're asking me, people be thinking like wholesaling. Like you got to think about it, guys. Like if you're wholesaling, and let's just say you make $10,000, right?
Yep.
After a certain tax bracket, when you get into the 6-7 figures, Uncle Sam want 40%, 35 to 40%. So that means if you made $10,000 off a wholesale transaction, you're going to pay about $4,000 of that 10 to Uncle Sam. You better trust and believe it, guys. I've had tax bills come in before I found out about this stuff that I was so like baffled by the amount that was on it. I had to go take a nap. I'm talking about I'm going to sleep and I'm going to wake up and hope that this was all a nightmare type of situation. You know what I mean, Jeff? Jeff, what's next for you, Jeff?
Open date for our franchise is December 8th, Savannah, Georgia. December 8th, we're going to have the grand opening. So between now and then, we'll be training up technicians. We're going to go learn the business. We're going to get all the trucks set up. We're going to get the warehouse set up. We're going to get all those things going. So we're just running a million miles an hour for the next month and a half.
And with the co-living properties, you say you're looking to make the transition from the past split site to start maybe doing a little bit more ministry work, like missionary work, things like that. You're Mount Everest, right? Yep. You talked about nonprofits and things like that. Is that something you planning on transitioning into soon? Or is that something that, like, at a later date?
We're not going to run the nonprofits, but we're going to partner with these groups that already do it and help them out with providing the housing part of it. So that way we can make one relationship and maybe get all 8 rooms rented from one relationship rather than going out and find them one by one.
Yeah, that's the key right there, man. Because I got just finding great people. I think in business, I know you probably experienced this too, and that's why I was even talking to you before we was talking behind stage. We was talking about I just purchased a farm,
Yep.
and it's on damn near 4 acres. It's a huge hot house sitting on the lot, man. You got everything from turkeys, chickens running around the lot. It's beautiful, and I literally was going to flip the property because the way we buying so many properties, so I have team members that go out to a lot of these properties. They take the pictures, the video, and I see it from my computer. I'm like, cool, I want it. As long as the numbers make sense, I'll buy it, right? So I had ended up going out there one day, and when I walked on the lot, I was like, yo, this is
This is
crazy.
peace.
Like, yo, we
You're
got this.
buying your peace back.
I'm like, this is serenity. Like, this is what I refer to as peace right here. I'm hearing the birds chirping, the chickens running up to me.
Love
It's
it.
crazy. Like these people forgot their chickens. They forgot their turkeys. Like, what's going on with this? Like, I'm from North Philadelphia, Jeff. I'm just like, I'm baffled by this whole thing, right? I call my wife. I say, hey, you know that property we just now purchased on Friday? Man, this thing got chickens, ducks, turkeys, everything on the land. And the house is barely needs any work. It got a pool in the back. It's sitting on. So the next week, I think like the next week I took my wife out there. I'm like, how you feel out there? She like, yeah, no, I'm feeling what you feeling. Like, this is deep. Like, we need to keep this. I'm like, no, I totally agree. Right. So I said it to say, with what you was talking about, getting the right people in the right seats, Jeff. Because I think
That's right.
one of the hardest things as us as businessmen, finding the right people to put in the right seats is one of my hardest and one of the struggles I still deal with. So when I was thinking about this whole this bed and breakfast, you know what I mean, this farm and all, I'm like, I don't want to run the farm.
Yeah,
I
you
don't
don't
want to
want to
have
run that.
another job.
That's
You
right.
dig what I'm saying? So now
Don't buy yourself a job.
I'm gonna buy myself a job. That's the part. So when people
Don't
was
do it.
asking, like, yo, they like, keep it. I'm like, yo, bro, there's like 40 acres of land. Like, I don't want to, I love being out here with the turkeys and the chickens, but I don't want to be out here managing this thing. You know what I mean? So now I just
That's
gotta
right.
find an operator. That's what you're great at, Jeff. You're an operator. That's what we made mention. I gotta find somebody to run this thing. And that's just with all my businesses. Like, I don't want to be working in my business. You know what I mean? I want to be
That's right.
working on the business, man. So to that point, Jeff, with a lot of this stuff that you're doing with the franchise, like with the co-living properties, and you just talked about handing that off to a manager, like what do the next 5 years look like for you, man?
I think it's doing exactly what you're saying and finding ways to be the owner and hiring people to do the operations, right? I got to get in there and get it figured out myself so that then
Mhm.
I can hand it off and hire right for that position, right? So if you don't know how to do it yourself though first, then how are you going to hire somebody to do that same thing?
Yeah.
So
I'm a true believer, and that's why I'm out. Like, we have different departments within our real estate business, and people don't be believing me when I'm like, yo, my son run that whole department. Like, they be telling me about, I'm like, I don't even know about that. I don't know what's going on over there because I'm like, if I have to be there, then I might as well get paid to be there. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not running
that's
this
right.
department. You see what I'm saying? So that's amazing, man. I mean, Jeff, this been good, man. This been good. And
It's been
and and
amazing.
and
Sure.
to trickle off your question, my next 5 years, take it when I tell you, man. Guys, we gotta get ready to land this flight, man. Good stuff. Thank you, brother. Thank you, brother Bernard, man. I appreciate you. The basically next 5 years for me, and this is, you could read it in a week, guys. Trust me when I tell you. In the next 3 years, I'm still always be doing real estate and stuff like that, but I want to become the bank. I'm going to become the bank. Next
Nice.
year, this time, maybe late next year, this time, I'm going to basically be funding other people's deals. You know what I
Awesome.
mean? It's already in the making. It's already in the making. The next year or two, Rob will be the bank. I'm still going to be buying rental properties. I'm still going to be buying fix and flip properties and doing the things that I naturally just gifted to do. You know what I mean? However, I'm gonna be, playing it from the sidelines, helping and doing what I'm doing right now, man, helping other people to thrive and helping other people to win, man. Jeff, where can the people
Amazing.
find you at, Jeff?
At Jfptrsn, basically my name with no vowels.
That's
So
on
that's
IG.
Instagram, that's YouTube, that's everything.
Damn, my man. Jeff, final words to the audience, man. Words of inspiration, words of encouragement, whatever's on your heart you want to leave them with, man, that you want it to be branded on their hearts, man. I give you the mic.
So every action you take is a vote for the future self that you want to become. So just keep making those actions, taking the steps. Massive action replaces all kinds of knowledge. If you just get out and make the mistakes, right? You learn from the mistakes, but you learn more by doing than by watching somebody else do it. So,
Jeff, thanks for joining us on today. We appreciate you, man.
it was amazing.
Keep thriving, brother. Keep doing all that you're doing and keep being the light in the midst of this dark world. I appreciate you, brother. I'm going to see you soon. You already know.
That's right. Miami.
Thank you so much, man. Give my love to the family, man, to the queen.
Will do. And yours too.
I sure will, brother. Talk to you soon, Jeff. Thanks, man. All right, guys. There it is, man. Another episode of the Rob Van Harris Show. Guys, listen, do me a favor, man. Y'all got to help me to help y'all, man. As you can see, I'm bringing on amazing guests for y'all, man. God bless. Thank you, man. Thank you. God bless you. To appreciate the knowledge, man. We appreciate y'all for joining us, guys. Guys, go and subscribe to the YouTube channel, man. We got to start getting some of this traffic over to the YouTube channel, guys, because people need this, man. Things that we talked about today that y'all was able to basically, tune into, man. And this stuff, everybody, people not dropping this stuff. People ain't giving this stuff out, guys. We want to see. When I say I really want to see y'all thrive, man, when I really want to see y'all win, anybody that know me, man, know, guys, no ill will here. It ain't no you go over there, I'm trying to sell you no programs or any of that. I just want to see you win. And this long form content going to help you to do that, man. So guys, with that being said, man, I'm about to go home. I'm about to eat. I'm about to lay up with my queen, you know what I mean, and watch a movie, and I'm going to sleep. It's been a long day. But guys, appreciate y'all, man. Let's continue to go and grow. See y'all on the next video. Peace, guys. Stay blessed. I'm out.